Did you know that SwitchAxe files in monsterhunterwilds charge up amp gauge at different rates, depending on your choice of files? Most of you do, but to those of you who don't, this video is for you. Did you also know that compared to Sunbreak, amp gauge gain has been buffed significantly? All files without focus are equal, if not slightly better than in Sunbreak, with focus level 3 and the Heavy Slam axe buff on top of it. This is just insane. Here's a quick comparison on that. So, is focus even needed if it already outperforms maxed out Sunbreak version with a slight margin? That's what we are here to answer. And remember, this is wilds without focus compared to Sunbreak with focus and Heavy Slam axe buff. Here you can see that even Elemental Phial is a slightly better lead compared to Sunbreak. Next is Poison and Dragon Phial, and even there you see a slight difference in lead to Wilds version. You have to pause frame that. This video is not 100% accurate, of course, especially on the pause frames. I just used my eyes to gauge the animation ending frames, but it should still give you an idea about how each SwitchAxe file type functions or how they compare against each other. Enjoy the video and let's get started. First, let's compare having 0 focus against focus level 3 on each individual file type. This comparison test is for you to see if a chosen file type actually needs focus or not. I will use this combo for the test. Other combos such as these two will obviously change if you want focus or not. Combo video for SwitchAxe and how focus affects those combos is in the works. This is the format of the video. On the left side you see 0 focus, on the right side you see focus level 3. You see the weapon information, the file type, what decoration I have slotted in, and the equipment skills that come with the weapon, or if it doesn't come with a equipment skill. There's the sword gauge, or the SwitchAxe gauge. In the middle I have written down my thoughts. At the bottom of the video there's also the text free to evade cancel. I will insert this text whenever we are filled out with the amp gauge and we are free to evade cancel out of it. Power Phial. Power Phial needs focus level 3, but it is still really slow at gaining amp gauge. Use Heavensward Foolery more often is my tip here. But remember, this is still faster than Sunbreak had with focus level 3. Elemental Phial. Elemental Phial gains amp gauge really fast. Focus level 1 is enough. Or just use the triangle circle combo instead, just to get that extra 5% at the beginning of the combo. Poison Phial. Poison Phial skips a whole double slash animation with focus level 3. Focus level 2 should be enough for the same result. Paralysis Phial. Paralysis Phial is pretty much equal with this triangle circle combo on comparing these focus levels. Use triangle circle instead, or the Heavensward Flurry combo. Dragon Phial. Dragon Phial is the same as Poison Phial. Focus level 2 should be enough to skip the last double swipe, but honestly, I would not use focus on either one unless I have nothing else to put on it. Exhaust Phial does not have a weapon without focus at this moment. Not even Arson weapons can create Exhaust Phial weapons, and Bone Axe 1 has focus level 1, so it's not viable for this comparison test. I will still compare Bone Axe 4 with other file types with focus level 3. For now, Exhaust Phial seems equal to Element Phial, as it should, so let's test that. On to the more direct file comparisons. So here we are comparing each of the file types to each other without focus. I also added a timer for you to see how much time you actually save by using different file types compared to Power Phial. I will actually have to test the fact how much you actually gain damage when comparing power file within the time frame of you getting to do whatever you want with other file types like elemental file. You have 7 seconds, so. And here's the comparison with level 3 focus. I will also have to test out this one, even though it's a little bit less of a time gain that you get with elemental file. But the damage difference I want to test out. How much damage can you do in 6 seconds compared to power file? Exhaust file is equal to element file, as it should be. As far as I know, this has always been the case in previous games. Correct me if I'm wrong. But here's the actual comparison, and they're equal. And here's a comparison between poison file and dragon file. So poison file is equal to dragon file, as it should be. Paralysis file has its own amp gauge fill rate, as does power file, so they don't have a pair that is equal to them. Some overall afterthoughts from me. Obviously, the recommendation for which level of focus to use is mere guidance and is highly dependent on which combo you use. I personally rarely use these two combos due to their higher animation commitment. Before making this video, my thoughts about focus were very different, but then I noticed that the gain at 0 focus was the same as what we had in Sunbreak with focus level 3 and the axe buff on top, and it made me wonder if it really had any value now. Outside of power file, I would not use focus in all honesty. The deco slot is better off used for rapid morph, power prolonger, or just damage like crit boost or attack. Thank you for watching. Happy hunting!